Welcome back, everyone. Many of you are saying, whose face is this on the banner? Whose face is behind me on this banner? If you don't know, that's the world-renowned Michele Lemay. She's an artist, a fashion designer, an influencer, and an influencer on so many different levels. Now, why do I have her face on my banner, and why am I going to talk about her or start off with her? Well, the bottom line is that I've been seeing lots of visuals, videos, photos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and most of them speak as though she's a monster, as though she's a demon. I'm quite sure she's aware of it, but I was intrigued because she's way out there. And her husband, whose name just jumped out of my head and I can't recall it, he is the Dark Lord of fashion. I believe that's his name. And he's much younger than her because she's 81 years old. So she's been out there for a long time. So I said, okay, I'm a person who likes to investigate things independently, regardless as to what anybody says. And I said, okay, let me clear my mind and let me do my research on her. And although the things that people say about her might be true, let me fairly go in like a judge that has to hear both sides and form an opinion of my own. Now, in my research, I can see why people on the outside would say certain things about her, because when people don't know something or they have a feeling about it without research, then it's always going to be negative. It happens to all of us. It happens to me. People that don't know me hear things that other people put out there and they go on that. But that's just not the way to do it. That's just not the mature way to go about things. So I learned a lot, and it taught me a lot. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to tell Mrs. Scurv to paint her fingers black and put gold in her mouth and all these rings and all this weird fashion. But it's weird to many people, but it's cutting edge for others. The one thing that I learned about Michele Lemay, it's good stuff. Because like her, I'm a creative. And like her, I'm learning more and more to be independent and looking outside of the boxes that this world will put you in, the categories that they'll put you in. I say, to hell with the categories. At 62 years old, this is another level of growth for me, and me doing research on her, whether she's into the occult and all of that stuff, I'm separating, okay? Get that, I don't know. It looks, when you listen to people and you say, oh man, maybe she is always this, and the husband is a dark lord of fashion, and probably. But what can I take away from her life? I can take away from her life that she does not fit in any category. And I've lived most of my life that way, but sometimes you find yourself getting caught up in the box that you're in the box that society puts you in, right? And I realized that I've allowed myself to have that happen to a point. And I officially say now, don't put me in your box, right? With many of us who were raised Black in America, American Africans, under the educational system that never taught us anything about ourselves, so we're running around ignorant with an identity problem, easily swayed. 1 minute we're this, the next minute we're that. We're fighting against each other. Take me out your box. Leave people alone. Let them live, as long as it's not hurting you. Oh, I think he a homo. I think she licking coochie. I don't care. If I'm not into it and you're not involved me in it, I don't care. Do your thing. You have free will. Even religion. People trying to push this religion on you, and it's man-made. God didn't make the religion. God's bigger than any minuscule man-made religion. Oh, you should be a Baptist, or you should be a Methodist, you should be a Episcopalian, Pentecostal, you should be Jehovah's Witness, you should be Muslim, you should, come on. You should submit to the will of the Creator, and still you're going to take your own interpretation out of it. Keep me out your box. So Michele Lemay, thank you so much for showing me again my original way, because these days people are not looking for originality. People are looking to look like each other, sound like each other, think like each other, group think. I'm sorry. There's no two snowflakes that look alike. You see? In nature, it's so vast, and yet we box ourselves in and get stuck, and we don't get the full vibration of being alive. We're sitting at home behind closed walls with a phone in our hand, just clicking links, instead of saying, what do I want to do? What do I want to build? Yes, click a link that goes along with what you intend to do, to learn something, to grow something. Many of us are going to die with our phones in our hand with all of this information and never know growth at all. How about that? Many of us see ourselves as a certain, I'm black man, black people. Yeah, so, you know, I'm not getting away from that. But that could become something that will just waste your lives away, because just like the question was posed to me by someone extremely close to me, well, how do you thrive when you're on a losing team? Now let's bring it around to the black thing. I'm not saying black people are a losing team, but look at us. We've gone from the most high to the lowest, laughing stock of the world. We're easily led, land in Africa taken from us, and just like my friend said, without even a gun, but we use guns on each other. And we're falling down deeper. Look at Houston. I'm just pulling stuff out of the air. I spent a week out there, and another time shortly after, before we came out to Ghana to live, I spent 2 weeks out there. Got a little taste of it. It's its own place. There's a lot of similarities. But the HIV rates, look at Atlanta. A lot of us are just so hedonistic and carnal. We're not even thinking about the collective. We're not even thinking about winning as a people. And many get mad when I speak about the Chinese and say the Chinese, as much as you say they're taking over and they're in my neighborhood, this is my neighborhood. These Chinese and these Koreans and these Asians moving in my neighborhood, this is my hood. It ain't your hood. You don't pay no taxes there. You didn't build any businesses and infrastructure there to serve your people. So the law of use and abuse, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. You sitting around in the corner doing nothing, or you can be on a great job sitting up in the gossiping on the phone doing nothing, making money and spending it and bringing it back to everybody else, and you mad because you don't have anything. And for the most part, we don't produce anything in America. So why should I be dedicated to a losing team? Symbolically, I want us to win, but I can't stay in that box and that's all I am. I want us to win as black people. I want us to win as black. What about me as an artist? I'm sketching, enjoying, do little things. I haven't done major projects recently. I'm going to get into that. I'm an artist. My mind and my experiences influence what I put down. And thank God for the parents that I had that exposed me to so much on a cultural level, in one of the most cultural places on the planet, New York City. My mind is more expanded than just living and dying saying, man, we got to wake up as a people. We got to wake up. That's like standing on the line, a track star. You got a couple of runners next to you. You in the middle, but you're right there at the starting line. And the gun goes off, pow, for you to run. Everybody else runs. And you're standing there saying, we got to run. We got to move forward. I think we need to run. We need to move forward. Yeah, we do. But who's running? Who has the goal? I'm not going to sit there on a team that's not looking to do what they need to do. But I'm rooting for the team, and I'm put in the box of that team. I understand that. But I'm going to work independently as an independent contractor to build what I need to build for myself. And if somebody is on the team that is about progress, I'm going to join in and help. But I'm not helping a lost cause. I can't. I'm a proud black man. I'll always represent. But I'm not going to sit there with you and stand on the starting line. Well, we need to wake up. Them crackers and them devils. Hey, you need to do what you need to do for yourself and let them wonder about you. Yes, I know what was done to us, but we got to start running off of the start line. And when all the other runners come around and the race is over, you better not get mad at them. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to be me, and I'm going to expand my brand and expand myself. I am through. I've said it before, but I mean really meaning the energy and encompassing many mindsets so I can grow. I don't want to be found dead in a room with a cell phone in my hand, complaining about why we're not getting anywhere and why we need to wake up. I'm 62 years old. I was born into the whole thing about we need to wake up. We were more awake then than we are now. Look what's coming after us. Look at the offspring. I'm ashamed to even say our children, but look at what's coming out of us, the decadence. Sweetberry, you know I love that word. But look at what's coming off of this, or out of us. Out of control, not everyone. Kudos to the good ones. But I'm done with no desire to run the race. But yet you say we need to wake up? No, I'm going to be me uniquely. Don't just look at me as you've seen me. There are many lanes on my highway. There are many gears on my vehicle. There are many facets to my existence. I refuse to be whittled down to one little thing. And most of y'all don't support anyway. So what the hell? I give according to the support I get. You get hate, I'm not gonna love you. I'm not just talking about money, support and sharing links. I'm not doing all this work. I'm enjoying myself out here. That's part of it. You ain't gonna see me I'll do more when I see there's more enthusiasm. But I have other areas to conquer, especially artistically, especially developing myself in other areas. I'll always talk about these things and do shows and stuff like that, but don't put me in one box. You're going to be very shocked. And then you have these fools out here who, how would they say it? Family, he ran away. He'll find out. Ran away from what? If I have to listen to people like these people, of course I'm gonna run away. Narrow-minded, you know what I mean? Ain't got nothing between the ears. Just complaining. Show me what you doing. I'm a doer. I'm not just going, I can't sit here and make the same complaints and nothing changes. I can't do it. I'm too dynamic for that. No. And these are the sweetest years of my life too. I got to this point and I earned it. I'm going to repetitiously just go and, what they say, the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Hell to the no. So I borrow a piece of the outlook of Michele Lemay. I'm going to do what I want to do, how it feels, the kind of artwork I want to draw, the vast things all over the globe that I want to talk about, right? But many of us as melanated people in America, we're in this vast, look at it this way, you're in this vast market, this vast supermarket and outdoor market that's huge. And you walk down one aisle and get a few things without exploring the rest. I want to explore the rest. Even for those who are out here in this part of the world. Many have come here and brought the same narrow-minded outlook, and I can't do it. I didn't come all the way out here to just deal with the same niggardly ways, toxic ways, the competitions and the gossip and the one-man upmanship and the toxicity that these people bring. No! You think this is the last step for me? We scope in other places, other businesses, other things to do. We are vast. Don't put me in your box. Take me out your box. Now, I'm not going to do myself up like this woman here. I'm just saying I'm going to get into my unique desires, whatever I feel, because I am a creator. I am an artist. Matter of fact, I was an artist on social media before YouTube came around. I got sucked up in it, but I'm pulling away. And I want to really focus in on my niches that will separate me from the niggardly groupthink. I'm going to say it that way. Now, see, niggardly people don't think they're niggardly. They think, oh, I'm a blood. No, you're not. No, you're not. Don't even come near me with that stench. I'm a global entity. I like all different types of food. I would like to travel, and I will travel now. That was setting up with a base all over the world. You sit up there with your narrow mind. I'm not doing it. We got to wake up. No, I'm running off that start. I've run off of it already. Proof positive. Doesn't mean everybody who leaves the country or leaves the West is truly conscious. A lot of these folks are running away from stuff. They ain't gonna tell you that. I know a few, but that's none of my business. I don't care. That's their stress. I know I'm free and clear. And this is what we should all look at when we see people who are different. Learn them for yourself. Learn them for yourself. Investigate them for yourself. Too many of us, as black people, it's like we're playing telephone. Oh yeah, you heard about him over there? Oh, you better not be friendly with him because he's a messed up person. And so, and then you take it and you go repeat it to somebody else and add more onto it. And this is how we can have people who seemingly have intelligence, but they got no damn sense. Because they can't get like the Chinese and build regardless as to whatever differences they think they have. They can't. Because we're just a self-destructive people. Face it. It's like an insurance company that writes off a vehicle that was in a head-on collision and it's totaled. What are you going to do? Take all the little tiny mangled pieces of metal and put the car back together? You know how much money that would take? They write it off and just get you a new one. It's cheaper to do it that way. Again, I'm not writing off the people who look like me, but I am not accepting on my team, my personal team, these negative driven people who are looking for reasons to do the one-man upmanship or not pull their weight. Everybody talks a good game, but nobody wants to pull their weight. See, as long as you're doing for them, enabling them, helping their cause, oh yes, you're the sweetest person in the world because they're getting over on you. You cut the aid, you cut the energy from being joined onto their toxic ways, they ain't gonna like it too tough. But you know what? Too bad, because when it's like that, I can fly lighter. Less phone calls to answer. Less chatter to hear. I know my mission. When you fall away from these type of entities, they're in oblivion. They're gone. They're not doing it. They're not pulling their own weight. The only identity they had was trying to suck from you. When you realize this, you don't want that kind of thing. They ain't gonna put in the work like you, but they want to be on the same team so they can benefit from the energy that you put out. No, that day is over. And how I present myself, it's gonna be completely different. I'm not champion. I'm gonna be the champion of this one group of people, and half of them are tearing you down. Half of them are hating you. Oh no. All my life I've seen this. I'm retired now, all the time in the world, all day long. Right? It's time to grow from that. Anyway, leave your comments. Let me know what you think. This is how I feel, and it ain't gonna change. I'm looking forward to just pure bliss every single day. Not having to deal with the narrow boxes that we put ourselves in. And that's a fact. Much love to you all. On to the next one. Lancescurv out. Peace.